Hello, everyone. Hi, startup enthusiasts, fellow entrepreneurs. Welcome to the Startup Show video podcasting, which is India's first podcasting series for founders and trailblazers on a mission to share their experience and learnings. So, we are here not just to learn a lot of things, but to also unlearn the new concepts of marketing, growth strategies, productivity hacks, and many more updates on this show. So for today's discussion, I'm with a person a person, a startup founder, who is here to discuss with us about his startup. How did he start off his startup idea? How did he think of that concept? So his name is Mr. Christof. He is the CEO and founder of Trust Ed. So before I just want to, talk more about trusted, what is trusted, and more things about trusted. I just want to hear it from himself. So, like for everyone, even they have a start of from a ground zero, right? And we are really happy to give you the best and the strategies out there, so that it will be, it will be a very good episode because we have come to learn a lot of new stuff. So this is what is about this podcasting is. And I just directly want to talk to Christoph. Hi, Christoph. How are you?
Hi, Arun. Nice to meet you. I'm
Thank
perfect
you.
today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining this podcast on invitation.
Of course, of course. Happy to be
It's really
here.
great.
Thank you.
So I just directly want to dive into the question which I ask every startup founders, and that is a very simple question I ask them about the golden circle rule. Why, how, and what. So here, why trusted, and how did it start, and what is trusted?
Yeah. So why is quite simple. I want to help people. I want to make the world a better place.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm from the publishing I have publishing background. So it's actually also not my first real project, like a startup. I started an online magazine when I was 21, which became quite big in Germany. So with over a million page impressions per month and so on. I sold it to one of the biggest publishers in Germany, and there I became responsible for one of the biggest tech magazines in Germany. So that was my background. That was about tech. I was very enthusiastic about. I love technology. When I was a kid, I
Uh-huh.
sold all my pocket money to buy a phone, for example.
Okay.
But in the last years, I had, of course, successes, and I also wanted to give something back, and of
Uh-huh.
course, make something new, which excites me.
Mm.
And so I want to help people, help them to educate people, make them better. Because I think in life, I have seen a lot of things because I've been traveling around the world a few times. I would say I've been in a lot of countries,
Okay.
and for me, that was making fulfilled the most. And since I have publishing background, I was trying to find something close. I
Mm-hmm.
all my life was working on kind of online magazines,
Mm-hmm.
and that's at the end then how I came to trust it. So I wanted to build a new online magazine in the cryptocurrency space, where
Okay.
I was very interested about.
Okay.
And of course, there are so many of them, but I wanted to make something different. So I wanted to go into the business niche, and I wanted to bring, like, for example, consultants
Uh-huh.
to companies. So the problem is, a company nowadays, how can they find consultants, right? How
Yeah.
they can find out
Yeah.
what what does the technology provide me? What benefit do I have? So yeah, I was talking then with one guy. I got the connection.
Uh-huh.
I got referred to that he's doing, for example, blockchain implementations, and I was talking with him, and so I have the problem. I'm not an expert in this field,
Yeah.
so how can I find? I mean, in cryptocurrency space, there are many scammers. I mean, that's not the only space, but I wanted to know, okay, how does he provide good? Does he provide good services? And
Okay.
what about his quality? What's his reputation at the end?
Uh-huh.
And I was talking then with him, and I mean, I got referred from him through a very good friend from this big corporate. And at the end, he was telling me, hey, sure, I understand this, that because you don't know me, but
Yeah.
I can write for you and for your blog, for example, when we work together, like feasibility reports or report case studies or
Uh-huh.
how customers with whom he was working together were benefiting from his work, his implementations. I was like, wow, that's amazing because you get the best
Okay.
content. I get it for free. And on the other hand, if I would let people write an online magazine, it costs me a lot of money. So there
Okay.
is something interesting about it.
Yeah.
And that's where at the end I came up with, okay, why do I need to build an online magazine? I by
Uh-huh.
myself, I'm not a good writer,
Uh-huh.
but I want to connect these people, and I can build platforms. I can,
Okay.
that's my kind of thing. I have big visions. I can see things in different ways, and
Okay.
so I try to put these things together, and that's at the end after, yeah, let's say 4 months, and a lot of feedback, trusted came to life,
Okay.
at least in an idea, and yeah, that's how it
So
happened.
just out of curiosity, so what was the turning point for Trusted? Like, how did it land on, like, when did you think that this is the right moment to launch it, or this is the right moment I should take it forward? So when was that moment?
Yeah. So in general, so for everybody who is starting, who wants to start a new product,
Yeah.
I thought I could do better. I
Yeah.
thought I'm like better than the most because of my history and so on. So
Uh-huh.
I was working for over a year on the project, and at
Yeah.
the end, now it's still not live.
Okay.
I currently also paused it, so I don't work on it because the whole project was self-funded,
Uh-huh.
and I think a lot of people try to start with something and all out of their own pockets because
Okay.
often it's hard to get like funding before you have anything,
Yes.
and that's where I'm a very product oriented person, right? I want to have a
Okay.
great product. I want that people go on the page and they think, hey,
Okay.
that looks great or that works well. This
Uh-huh.
user experience is amazing.
Uh-huh.
And since I was doing this with a small team, so I had like a team of freelancers, or they were really helping me. I would consider
Okay.
it as like as my founding team.
Uh-huh.
They helped me to build this project,
Uh-huh.
but I had like all the marketing stuff, the conception and everything I was doing by myself, and I got too much in detail in the
Uh-huh.
product
Yeah.
and didn't concentrate too much on like, okay, really getting the first users. I had like
Uh-huh.
I was even talking with um, big corporates in car manufacturer or technology from my contacts I had, but
Okay.
at the end, that was not where I didn't get my first customers, and I was trying to build this product so that I can, at the end, go out with my message, and then get the first people. But this took so long, so
Mm-hmm.
it costed way more money than I expected. So I was
Okay.
running at the end way over my budget, and
Okay.
this is why I couldn't finish at the end the development,
Uh-huh.
and also further the marketing. I think I didn't find still not the right message because at the end
Okay.
it's everything about product market fit.
So,
Yeah.
Christoph, just to understand, like, I was just checking out, LinkedIn. company information of your trusted, and I saw that trusted was showcased in the web summit. Okay, and
Yeah,
that's a very wonderful moment. And the theme was the future of content. So it's very
yeah.
interesting. So how was your experience at the web summit, and what possible learnings you have got from the web summit, which you want to share with us?
Yeah, you actually can also find on Trusted two articles about it. My
Okay.
experience as a first time attendee, not even attendee,
Okay.
but also an exhibitor.
Yes.
It's not new for me to go to big conventions. I've
Mm.
been at other very bigger, even bigger conferences than Web Summit, but for sure Web Summit is a very big conference. There were like
Okay.
over 70,000 people.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience, was well organized. And I think when you go there, I tell you from the exhibitor perspective,
Hmm.
you might be a bit overwhelmed because there are so many people, there's so many
Yeah.
areas, and
Yeah.
you're at the end competing against everybody.
Yeah.
So when you go there and you want to exhibit, you really need to be sure what is your goal. And of course, it's, I would say, not super cheap to go there. You have a lot of costs.
Yeah.
Make sure when you go there to know what your goal is and what kind of return does it have for you, because at the end it will cost you this amount of money. And
Yeah.
okay for you to spend as much, because maybe if you just want to get your first customers, it would be cheaper to do normal going into Facebook groups, trying to generate some leads, some
Yeah.
people. It's way cheaper to do it this way.
Okay.
um, Otherwise, in preparation, I you have some calls where at the end you need to kind of prove yourself and pitch your product or your startup.
Okay.
That was, everything was well aligned. You get all the information you need, and for me it was also kind of unexpected that I go there, because I
Yeah.
was just applying 1 month prior the web
Uh
summit.
huh. Uh huh.
And I didn't even have a pitch deck, right? So
Okay.
I was doing all the work and so on within this month, which was very, yeah, at one part exciting, but also exhausting. And I
Okay.
wouldn't recommend this.
Uh huh.
But at the end, it helped me to get a lot of things done within a very short period of time.
Okay. So, like the web summit one, I heard there are like a million opportunities to meet new people, also to collect the user experience, also an opportunity for investment. So, how good was these three comparing to all these three? Which one would you pick the best out of it? Because and why do you consider that as the best?
Um, At the end, I think this is very individual for everybody, and
Okay.
there's no perfect general advice. The only advice I think which can be said in general is
Uh
be
huh.
prepared.
Yes.
This set your goal, be prepared. Either it is make connections,
Mm-hmm.
then be prepared. Have like the pitch of your product ready for a 30-second pitch, a 60-second pitch,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know where you
Yeah.
meet the people. I think the
Yeah.
best connections I made, they were not on the Web Summit. They were
Okay.
on the way from Web Summit to home or to bars or anywhere in the city, because you see the people running around with the badges and you just know, okay, they're from Web Summit, or most probably they're here for Web Summit. And you never know who you run into. And what I did, for example, to stand out a bit, since Trusted is at the end a social publishing network, like a social media network.
Yeah.
I made the profile from the mobile site on the T-shirt, and
Oh.
I don't know, dozens of people were coming after me and talking to me because of my T-shirt. Oh, what you doing? And it was like perfect. And like even when I was on the booth, I was like, yeah, so what is Trusted? Trusted is a social publishing network where people can prove themselves as experts. And this is how it works here. You have your trusted score, here you have this, that, and it was like explained in 30 seconds. And they saw how it looked. And that was like, I think what worked the best. Have a great t-shirt, make it individual. And yeah, if your goal is talk to investors, if you want to talk to investors, look that
Yeah.
you have enough time, for example, before that you can prepare and connect them through the applications, find out who is here, where can you meet the
Okay.
investors,
Okay.
write them, and trying to get in touch with them.
Okay, amazing. So moving on, like we had spoke about Web Summit. So I just want to like to understand Trusted more. Like uh, I know there might be a lot of challenges, right? A lot of bottlenecks on the way. Like we discussed, like there was really hard to get the investment or to get the funding. Is one of the challenge for everyone. So considering from the perspective of Trusted, what else or what are the biggest challenges you face right now, and how do you planning to improvise all these challenges and make it as an advantage and move on? What are you going to do next?
Yeah. So I think it's very important to have somehow cash flow, right? Every
Yes.
startup only exists as long as the founder can survive. If he doesn't can
Yeah.
survive, if he doesn't can pay the rent anymore, it's a pain in the ass. It's hard. Everybody. So I really felt like fuck. I failed. You get all this kind of bad thinkings in your head because there's so much pressure,
Mhm.
especially when you're running low in money, and you're not alone. If this is what's happening right to you right now or what will
Yeah.
happen in the future, everybody goes through that. One
Sorry.
thing, yeah.
Uh, yeah. Everybody. I couldn't hear that properly.
Everybody goes through this. Everybody,
Okay.
when you start a new project, when you start a startup where you try to build a software service or whatever, the point will
Uh huh.
come where you struggle, where you think, I'm doing not great, I'm miserable, I'm failing, I'm not good, I don't have the experience whatsoever. Everybody has this,
Yeah.
okay? And the best advice is, if your goal is to make a lot of money with a
Yeah.
normal startup, do something else, because you
Okay.
don't make a lot of money with startups. And most time it's
Uh
most
huh.
likely you can read a lot of stories that uh, that you have to live on the minimum for a very long period of time. So that means also, if you don't
Mhm.
have a lot of cash to run the project,
Yeah.
focus on really the most important things. That's at the end what kind of broke my neck
Yeah.
in terms of the startup. So I didn't completely give it up now, but I paused because I need to look for the cash flow that I can survive at the end. Um, but focus on getting the MVP. Doesn't matter how it looks. Try to get feedback on what you're doing as fast as possible, and you can do that with almost
Okay.
no money. There is like this kind of new no code community where you can build kind of a nice product with less money. That's great. Try this out. And the most important thing, even if you only have a landing page, trying to get users, trying to get the first 50 people and tell them, and you will get so much feedback that you say, okay, I need to work on it, or no, I don't work on it, and you can go to the next step, which is building a bit better version of the MVP. For example, once you
Okay.
build the MVP back
Okay.
then, and not like, okay, I have this idea, I build it now, and people will love it. And also, when you get feedback from people.
Yeah.
That's something I had like amazing feedback, but always look from whom do you get the feedback? What is maybe their motivation? What is it? Friends? Is it somebody nearby? Is it
Yeah.
maybe a guy you met on the convention who might not be really into what you're saying because he want to pitch your product? And
Okay.
this kind of stuff, like really ask, go deep into the feedback you get, ask questions, and
Mhm.
then you can filter out like the feedback which really brings you forward and
Yeah.
make the right decisions.
Uh-huh.
And that will help you to kind of set you apart
Move
from
forward.
making wrong decisions and spend
Mhm.
a lot of money and time and efforts by
Okay.
actually going in the wrong direction.
Okay. So like you said, like considering the user experience on the MVP is really important. You should keep in mind that your first 50 users are very important and give them the customers, collect the feedback, and then work on it. Yeah, it's absolutely right. So uh, for Trust Ed, what failed and what worked the best? Is it the marketing or is it the target audience you reached out? And who are the potential target audiences you're targeting right now?
Yeah. So I think the biggest fail so far is the marketing area. So finding the message which resonates at the end with the people.
Okay.
And
Okay.
since trusted is at the end the big vision, it's important to focus and have a
Okay.
niche, and in my opinion then from there get a lot of people who are
Yeah.
adding content to the platform, because that's what the platform is. So
Okay.
people should be able to prove themselves as experts by
Okay.
providing information which is at the end an education for the people, and they
Okay.
can prove at the end, vote other content
Yeah.
if it's trustworthy or not. So it's kind
Okay.
of like bringing trust back to the information we consume. But
Uh-huh.
since this needs a lot of people who are providing information, of course, you need to get the people on board. You need to make it as simple as possible. But they need to have something in return that they do it. Otherwise, content, for example, in my part, is sometimes hard because it means always some extra work, and yeah, that's where I think marketing and sales at the end is where I
The,
needed to have done way
uh-huh.
more and
Okay.
way less in terms of product development, which cost me
Okay.
at the end way more time than I expected.
Okay. So
But
at
there
what
will be always
stage?
problems.
So where would you put the Trusted right now? So what stage is Trusted right now?
At the end, it's still in pre-launch stage. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
so
Okay. Understood.
exactly. We
So
wanted
what
to
are the?
launch right now
Uh-huh.
in January. We're in the
Uh-huh.
beginning, the first quarter of 2020, but right now we paused the project, and
Okay.
we try to continue as soon as we have cash flow, and
Yes.
once we have that, we are trying to get the, like, we have the first users, but before we launch the project, we want to make sure that we can deliver them for, of course, a long period of time, the platform and what
Okay.
all the service which is around it.
Okay, great, great. So that's amazing. So I wanted to ask one more question related to trust. Uh, like we know that it's a content curating platform. Who are we targeting here, and what kind of contents are we curating?
At the end, we don't curate the content, it's the
Yeah,
people itself.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So, what kind of content? So we
Yeah.
really focus about educational
Uh-huh.
content. That is the goal. No marketing. Where
Okay.
like against marketing, we think that if you provide educational information about
Okay.
your topic where you're expert in, with your point of view, with your experiences, it's the
Okay.
best marketing you can do. It's like
Yeah.
you say before the golden circle. It's kind of like you can bring out your why and you
Uh-huh.
do the way difference. That's how at the end experts prove themselves as experts or industry leaders prove themselves as leaders. They are
Yeah.
trying to help others that at the end
Uh-huh.
they can make better decisions on what they get and what not.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
that is really the concept, like no marketing. But
Uh-huh.
of course, whatever, if it's a consultant and an individual who is writing, they want to have a
Uh-huh.
benefit from it. And that's
Okay.
why we allow them to add in their profile their products and their
Uh-huh.
services they are
Uh-huh.
providing. And they can generate leads on autopilot through the trust they earn by really, for example, getting their content curated as positive, like as trustworthy. They
Okay.
earn their trusted score. And so you
Okay.
see at one glance, this person is trustworthy, he is providing this service or this product. Hey, he seems to be the expert in, for example, because we said it before, cryptocurrency or like blockchain
Yeah.
or fintech or whatsoever. He might be able to help me. And without
Okay.
doing really the research, if this is a trustworthy person or
Okay.
not, you find out,
Got it.
hey,
Understood.
yeah,
Okay. So basically, it's like you're creating a platform for people who had the best experience and curating all the content from others and just making sure they are a trusted and certified person. Okay. So that you need not have to go and research in other platforms and to know more about it. It's wonderful.
exactly.
It's really great. So, like you said, now you have put it to a halt situation. So I believe, like, yeah, being a bootstrapping startup, there are a lot of funding challenges you're going to meet up. So now I'm pretty much, I'm sure, I believe that even you would have a 6 month milestones ahead for your startup or for yourself. So what would be that milestones you are looking ahead for this 2020?
For what? For this?
For this 2020, what is your
Yeah.
milestone, current milestone?
Yeah. So my current milestone is at the end get like the cash flow running because
Yes,
this
yes.
is the most essential part where I didn't focus too much in the beginning because it at the end turned out that the product development
Uh-huh.
caused also of some failures in development,
Yes.
cost me like double as it was expected, and
Okay.
where the money should have gone into different areas like marketing and sales. But
Okay.
this at the end broke my neck, and so we need to build this up again, and we
Okay.
need to see where this is leading and where this is going.
Awesome. Awesome. I think in this call itself, you had given us few advices about what to do, what not to do. If you're looking for money, stop it and do something else. So I believe that is one of the advices. But what would be the top three advices you want to give for other uh, rising young entrepreneurs or founders or startup enthusiasts who's going to start a new startup? What would be the best three advices you want to give for them?
The best free advices. Don't look left and right what others are doing. Do it the way you think is the best. If
Okay.
that's I think how really big and different things can happen.
Yeah.
Often people are kind of like ashamed with what they're doing, what they're trying. Talk to
Uh-huh.
people,
Yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
them, get the feedback. If you
Yeah.
don't get the feedback, maybe you're not talking to the right audience. Try to talk to somebody else,
Yes.
and do this before you build the product.
Okay.
This will save you a lot of pain, a lot of money most probably, and a lot of efforts. And
Okay.
when you do it this way, you most probably have a great start. So I have seen the right way how people do it.
Yeah.
They were approaching me about launching a product, and you support them, you help them, and that's at the end what you will get from the people. But if you do it the other way around, it's
Yeah.
hard. And take
Yeah.
advice from people. That's also something very big.
That's great. That's great. So thank you so much, Christoph. I think I stole a lot more than time I asked from you. So, but this was a very unique or very interesting call or very special call for me because it's not just about ups. There are a lot of downs. There are a lot of downfalls you have to encounter. And being a founder, Christoph has shared a story with us like what he is struggling, what you shouldn't do, what you should do. So this is all based on an experience what he is facing right now, and he want to overcome everything. So this is it's just not a video of a person who is experiencing a lot of problems, but also experiencing what you shouldn't do and follow the path which you want to learn from it. So this is where you are going to unlearn a lot of new things. So that's why Christoph shared his story with us. Thank you so much, Christoph. It was wonderful having you on this show. We loved what concept you have got, and I'm pretty sure this concept will come to its true color in this year. And I'm wishing you all the very best and team trusted it for upcoming milestones to achieve or upcoming goals to achieve. All the best to the team.
Thank you, Varun. Thank you for having me here. It was a pleasure talking to you. And for everybody out there who wants to build something, do it and just do it.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing. Don't procrastinate, do it.
just do it. Just don't stop thinking. Just do it. Exactly. So that's what Christoph and everyone has to say. Like, just do it. Like Nike says. So I love it. Amazing. Thank you so much, Christoph, once again. So I'll drop the demo of a demo video of Trusted and which I found in the website in the description or also in the video. So please do check it out. It's a 99-second video. I love the concept. Give me your 99 seconds. And so please do watch it with this video. Thank you again, Christoph. So see you next time with lot more stories to come because the story doesn't end here. It just started. So maybe 3 months you will be somewhere with having a new concept or you might have grown right now. So until then, see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.